A doctor can tell you nothing is wrong without telling you the standard is right. This is Iron Suits where strength wears a crown. I am Marwan Killu. Today, I want to talk to you about an agreement that I think a lot of successful men make without even realizing it. My blood work is fine, so I'm fine. If you think this is about ignoring medical advice, turn it off. That's not what I'm saying. Because booking the executive physical feels like proof, finally feels like proof you're taking your body seriously. So when the doctor sits across from you and says, nothing to worry about, keep doing what you're doing, everything looks normal, there is a relief in that sentence because it tells you nothing has to change. And somewhere along the way, nothing is medically wrong quietly becomes nothing needs to change. A man can pass a health check and still fail the standard he says he lives by. I see why men use it. Somewhere in the middle of building a business, raising a family, the physical standard that used to matter slowly slid down the list. Like you didn't wake up one morning and decide to just let yourself go. It wasn't one decision. It was hundreds of small ones. The early meeting, the late dinner, travel, the week where the business needed more from you. None of them felt like you lowered the standards. They just felt temporary. I'll sort it when things calm down. But they never really calmed down. There was always another reason for your body to wait. Life kept asking for more. And your body kept getting whatever was left. One day you catch yourself in the mirror. You turn slightly. The line between your jaw and your neck isn't as clear as it used to be. Your stomach reaches a waistband before you've even relaxed. You tuck your shirt away from it. And you ask yourself, when did this happen? Almost immediately, you give yourself an answer. My blood work is fine. The doctor answered one question. Is anything medically wrong? But somewhere between reading that report and standing in front of the mirror, you asked yourself another one. Do I actually need to change anything? And he answered both with the same sentence. My blood work is fine. So, no, I don't need to. That's the agreement. Because fine is doing two different jobs. When the doctor says fine, he means nothing requires medical intervention. You don't need to do, like, you're cool, right? You're sorted. When you say fine, you mean this doesn't require a decision. They're not the same fucking question. The doctor answered the first one. The second one never got asked. Or maybe it did, just not out loud. Here's what I think is really happening. You looked in the mirror. You knew you drifted. Hey, the executive physical wasn't really answering that question. It was answering a different one. Does this need me today? Because that's how guys like us think, right? Every morning there are figures to look at, another fire to put out, a team that needs your attention, something that needs to be signed off, something else that can't wait, whether it's an email, a reply from something, whatever, right? There's always deciding where your attention goes. And if nothing is forcing your hand, your body just quietly loses a competition. Not because it's not important, not because it isn't important, because something else feels more urgent. So the report lands, everything looks normal, perfect. One less thing to think about. One less decision to make. One more place you can move your attention away from. Another Monday, another quarter. I'll deal with it when things calm down. And the decision stays exactly where you left it, waiting. You hold your breath while you tuck your shirt into your trousers. The waistband sits a little higher now. 4 o'clock arrives and you're on your 4th espresso, rereading the same paragraph before the final meeting of the day. The report can tell you whether you need medical intervention, but it cannot tell you whether you're still living at your own standard. So the report stays clean. And that's the fucked up part. Nothing had to become medically wrong for something important to keep getting worse. So the way you measure yourself changes. Not because you consciously lowered the standards, you quietly replaced it. And you keep telling yourself, I'm doing better than most men my age. At least nothing is wrong. That's comparison against the floor. And the floor became the bar. That's a fucking low bar. A low fucking bar. You didn't improve. You found a comparison that made the decline look acceptable. You're no longer measuring yourself against your own standards. You're measuring yourself against everyone else's decline. And when comparing down doesn't settle it, you reach for age. I'm not 28 anymore. Cool. The question was never whether you could look 28 again. The question is whether this is the standard you're willing to fucking accept now. Because age didn't lower the standards. It just made lowering it easier to explain. It sounds like biology, like the decision has just been taken out of your hands. But age didn't keep moving the restart date. Right? Age didn't decide training became the first meeting you cancelled when the week got busy. You did. Let me ask you something. Your CFO comes into your office and tells you the KPIs have been below target for 3 months. You ask what's causing the gap. He says, we're still causing money. Cool. We're still making money. Is that the standard now? Still making money? So then you ask, what's causing the gap? What's the plan to close it? See, A business can still make money while losing ground. A team can still hit acceptable numbers whilst becoming less effective. Now look at what you've done with your body. Your weight has gone up. Your energy's dipped. The mirror has been telling you your body no longer matches the standard you still claim to hold. But the blood work is normal. So the absence of a problem became the measure of acceptable. You never admitted the standard had changed. You changed the scoreboard. And you changed it to the only metric that still let you pass. That's a fucking contradiction. You're still taking credit for a standard you're no longer producing evidence for. While the suit is on, the story still works. Then the suit comes off, and there's no reference range left to hide inside. Just one question. Does this body match the standard I say I hold? I knew the answer before the report came back. The report didn't surprise you. It relieved you because it gave you another metric to tell yourself it didn't matter yet. Until one day you accept medical urgency was never supposed to be the point. The report has done its job. It answered the medical question. But it cannot tell you whether you still meet your own standards. The mirror can. You've already stood in front of it. It answered long before the report did. This is Iron Suits, where strength wears a crown. Make sure you share the show with another leader. Follow me on my socials, and see you on the next episode.